Put your AirPods in and ignore everybody. We're back.
back.
Welcome to a new episode of Situationship. I feel like we have so much to get into today. What have you been up to?
Well, first of all, I think we have to address the elephant in the room, because if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that Lauren's hair is a completely different shade.
Vastly different.
And if you're listening, it's a lot darker, and that's what we're saying.
It's very dark. It was a little bit, fue un accidente, un poquito, because I last minute just kind of like got a whim. Like I knew that I wanted to change something, but I was like looking at pictures because I was like, well, you know, it always is helpful if you have like a specific picture to show them, not just be like, oh, I want to go a little bit darker. Well, that they don't know what you are envisioning unless you like show pictures. So I was on TikTok, I was scrolling, I was saving things. Layla was like, yes, go darker. There's this one video of this beautiful girl with her like rich dark brown hair and this like cute little haircut, and I'm like, that is adorable. I love it. Maybe feels a little bit bold for me, but she was like really encouraging me to do it. So when I go into my appointment, I had like a few photos and we decided to go a little bit bolder. And I'm still like in a little bit of shock because I don't feel like I look like myself. Every time I catch my face in the mirror, I'm like, who is that person?
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing it in person.
Yeah.
But I think it does look good. She's like, not sure, not convinced 100%. No, I think it does look good, but it is just so different than anything I've ever seen. Because I was in shock when you sent me that photo. I was like, if you don't follow her on Instagram, shame on you. I am publicly shaming you. But she posted like a poll being like lighter, darker. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I just kind of went past it. I didn't even vote because I was just like, let's see like if that actually happens, because to be fair, we're both very creatures of habit.
Yeah.
You typically stay in the same realm, at least like you have at least recently. Like when you were younger, you definitely switched things up more. But
I did, in my 20s, I was a little bit more adventurous and be like, let's go dark. And then I would do it. But no, like for the past 10 years, I've been pretty committed to keeping things a little bit like more natural, like maybe going a couple shades lighter, a couple darker, but just like staying within very much that same light brown family.
Yeah.
And I really just like went for it.
Yeah. Well, and you've slowly gotten darker.
I have.
Over time.
I was getting darker because I was trying to do something more natural and I was enjoying that. So I was like, why not go all the way?
Yeah. And you went,
I did.
You did it.
I did it. And I think it's checked off the list. Now I know what I look like with dark hair, and I don't think I will be doing it again. I mean, I don't like hate it, but it just doesn't feel like me. So I'm going to write it out for 6 weeks. And then I think I'm going to go back to something a little closer to where I was before. I don't mind if it's a little darker than it was before, but this just feels a little unnatural.
That's, you know,
for me,
for you, for sure.
Yeah.
You've always had like some lighter pieces in it. And so this is definitely more like all over color.
Yeah.
So, but no, I do like the darker hair color for your eyes. I think that looks like really good. But if definitely that picture you sent me of you and mom, like that just shows like how dark it is. Like our mom has like dark brown, almost black
yeah, it's
hair.
really dark.
Like, and it is very much in the same color family. Yours is like lighter, obviously, than that, but in the same color family.
Yeah.
So I could see why you're like, what happened? Because I even saw that video you made of the pre and post, and I was like, there's no way.
I know. Making that video was wild because when I went back to do it, I was like, that is like such a crazy change because you really can see it with like in a snap of a second what it was before and then what it is now. And holy crap.
Yeah. Just big difference.
Big difference.
Well, now you know.
I know.
You played around and now you know.
I effed around and I found out.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, I went darker last winter too.
Yeah, but not like this.
No, but like really dark for me.
Yeah.
And looking back at pictures, I was like, probably won't be doing that for a while. Like, probably won't. Just because, but I also am kind of in a happy place with my hair right now because I've also gone really, really bright blonde.
Yeah.
Which if you see those photos, it's like a jump scare. I'm like, how? I was like platinum-y blonde. Well, not platinum, but like really bright blonde on the top. And yeah, that was scary too. And so now I've kind of just decided that since I'm happy right now, this like medium ground is, I think, where I'm going to live for a while.
Yeah.
I might go a little darker in so many weeks.
You don't want to try this?
Your skin tone though also is different than mine.
It is. And I actually think my hair might look better on you, because I think that's part of the problem too, is because I have like a very warm undertone, like olivey, and I think that this color doesn't quite suit it. I think that's part of I mean, obviously it's just like a huge adjustment to see myself in the mirror. But when I like look at my coloring, I'm like, I'm wondering if this is just like a little, it's not like warm enough for
but
my
maybe
skin.
That's like a shade thing though.
It could be.
Maybe it's like, it needs to just be like a warmer brown.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be it. But I think when I go too dark, it almost makes me look so pale, like the difference in my skin, because during the winter I get so pale, and so I feel like it ends up being too much of a contrast for me that I don't know if I love it, which is why last year when I went darker, I ended up being like, don't know if I love that, just because I felt like it was too stark for me, like with my pale skin and my dark hair.
Yeah.
So like, again, probably I probably will go a little darker, but not all the way.
I feel like I'm competing to who looks most like mom. Yeah. If there was a competition, I'm just like, with this dark hair, I'm like, I look so much more like her. It's crazy.
No,
that
I
side
agree.
by side photo we took, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to turn into her, I think.
Yeah, now you guys look for real. Like, I know we all look related to her, but it's true. Like, her coloring is just so different than ours. It's sometimes, it's hard to tell. And yeah, I agree. In that photo, I was like, you guys do look way more alike. So mission accomplished.
Check. I'm trying to get into my Latina roots,
Yeah. No, I mean, it goes with your like eyebrows and your eyes. So
yeah. Yeah. Mom did say, she was like, it really does make your eyes pop, because it's like such a similar color to your eyes that your eyes just like really show up. I'm like, okay, that's great.
Yeah. I still won't be doing this here.
I know. And everyone is being so nice, and they're like, Lauren, I love your hair. And I'm like, thank you. Enjoy it now.
Well, I mean, it's good though. You know what you like. And
I do. I am. And I'm particular, especially about like my hair, the way I look, like, I'm particular.
That is your job. But
But
I also would say, like, I told mom that too. I was like, this is the one thing I spend my money on self-care. I don't buy a lot of like pricey like face creams or masks. I don't do my nails. I don't go and get regular waxes. I don't do anything. Okay. So if this is like my one thing I spend my money on, I don't care if it's a little pricier, because I want it the way I want it.
Right.
And I know a lot of girls my age, they do like 5,000 things. And I'm like, good for you. I don't want to spend that money, but I will be spending money on my hair because it makes me happy. Like, this is my thing.
For sure.
But in other news, it is officially spooky season, and
oh, that's what I'm going for. Spooky.
It's giving you the like scares.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is not the direction I was going for. I was going for like, I'm witchy, and now you think I look scary. So
I didn't think that. I was just saying that you're getting
I'm
scares.
getting spooked by myself.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes.
You're like, who is that? Oh, it's just me.
Crazy. No, that's me.
No, I'm so happy it is spooky season, but I have a dilemma, which I have shared with you. I don't know what I'm doing for Halloween.
Okay. Like, what is the brainstorm? Do you have any ideas at all? Or is it
okay,
just like...
I have ideas, but I don't have ideas. And the reason I say that is I'm struggling because everything that I thought was like niche and cute, I've had like a notes in my phone that has been years in the making, by the way. Every time I think of something unique or fun, every single year, I put it in my notes app and I write it down. The problem is, I guess everyone's on the same wavelength because things from my notes app from years ago that wouldn't have been popular years ago is now being popular on the TikTok. And I'm a little pissed, or on Pinterest. Secondly, I can't find any good ideas anywhere because they're just repeating the same basic ideas. And they're like, this is niche. And I'm like, if I see another Superwoman or another, like, they'll even be like, oh, the other mother and the other father from Coraline. Okay, I have seen that costume 5,000 times. Like, that's no longer niche if it's
everywhere.
If it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Or like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Years ago,
Yeah.
Before the documentary, that would have been
cute. Yeah.
Niche. No longer niche.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything that's not, again, being put 5,000 times. And also, yes, I can think of something unique, but I want to be recognizable. You hate to dress up with something and people go, who are you?
100%. Like, that's no fun to have to tell people what you are. Like, what do you mean you don't understand?
Yeah, I don't want to have to explain myself. Like, I just want people to be like, oh, that's cute and clever.
Yeah.
Like, even the Thai Beanie Babies, like, right. I stole that from you a couple years ago, and I went as like a Dalmatian Beanie Baby.
And now it's everywhere.
The last year, all of a sudden, people were like, but they're going as like bears or like leopards, but just like throwing it on. Mine at least was like Dalmatian. It was like a little more unique, I guess. But now that's everywhere. So I'm like, okay, like, because I couldn't even rewear that if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of something that I don't hate, and again is niche, but also easily recognizable. And that's a really hard task.
It is. Yeah. I was trying to convince Layla yesterday because she still doesn't know what she's going to be. Ellie's being one of the K-pop demon hunters, of course.
Of course. Her newest obsession.
Yeah. But Layla didn't know. And so we were scrolling through some ideas yesterday, and I was trying to convince her to do Ballerina Cappuccina from the Italian Brain Rot. I was like, come on, that is perfect for your age group. It's unique. Like, not everybody's going to be wearing that. And it's kind of funny. It shows like you have a little sense of humor. She wasn't really buying it, but I kind of hope she comes with it. Cause we have like all the ballet stuff too. We just have to make her like a little headband with like a coffee cup on it or something.
Yeah. And it's just hard because she's in that like middle school age group now where she's like, I want to be like cool and like whatever. But I mean, that is niche though, and cute, and also goes with her personality and things she likes to do.
She's a ballerina. So
that's my problem is I'm like, none of this is screaming me. It's giving like performist, and I want something cute. And even like classic costumes are now coming back full swing. In the couple last years, it wouldn't have been something like a sailor wouldn't have been as common in the last couple years. Now it's like everywhere. I'm like,
full swing. You should be a golfer. You could be so cute. A little golf skirt, do like the plaid, like really do it up, like get one of those little hats, like a little plaid hat. That would be adorable.
That could be cute.
And it kind of fits because you've been trying to get back into golf.
That is true. I actually did know a girl who went as a caddy a couple years ago, like got a custom jumpsuit, did everything. And I thought that was like very adorable. I was like, that's clever. It was like, you know, everyone, the Masters, I feel like have only gained popularity. So it's still like a popular thing.
The Ryder Cup just happened.
Yeah, the Ryder Cup did just happen.
It's timely.
It is timely. No, I don't hate that idea. I'll keep that in mind. I just like, because I need like probably like two for the
Don't
weekend.
y'all steal that idea. I mean, if you do, that's fine. But just like if you live here,
just like don't be around me.
We don't want to see like 20 little golfer girls out there.
No, it's so true. But that's the problem is I'm like, what's something that's like cute but not crazy, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know, I don't want to be running into 5,000 of me when I'm out. Like I can have a matching twin, like I don't care, but if I see like
a bunch
20 girls that are me, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is a bummer.
Yeah, that's like when I was Cruella a few years ago, like everyone, there was like 3 other Cruellas, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it hurts. It
does. I'm like, now I'm like compared, and everyone's like, well, who's the best Cruella? And I was, you know, I don't need that in my life.
No, it's extra pressure.
Yes.
And also like, this is one of those holidays I truly love. Like I truly love Halloween. And I'm like, I just want it to go well because I love dressing up, and I love thinking of ways to make it unique and fun and like DIYing my stuff. So I'm like, please. So we'll see. And the time's only ticking. So I actually like have to be on it.
You need to work on that.
Yes.
You're running out of time.
The real spooky.
Yeah.
The time's ticking. I'm against the clock.
Yes, for real. We have to talk about the Taylor Swift album though. Like it just released. You're going to be hearing this later, but like today, as of recording, it released like at midnight.
Yeah.
And so I have listened to it all the way through twice now. I like that it's shorter, 45 minutes, because you can actually like make your way through it. Like sometimes these albums come out and it's like hours of music and you're like, that's a huge commitment. Yeah. I like that this is like digestible.
Oh yeah, it's short and sweet. Sorry, Sabrina. But yes, no, it is. And I did find it also easy to go through because I also now have listened to it a couple times. So it is nice. And I also feel like overall this one has more like replay value than some of her other albums.
For sure. Okay. I'm just going to go through the track list and like initial thoughts. Fate of Ophelia. How do we feel about that?
The first time I listened to it, I hated it. Here's the thing is it's like more like low beat at first and then it slowly like picks up. But I kind of thought that was an interesting pick for the first song of the album.
Yeah. I was expecting to come out because in that interview, Travis was like, this is bangers. And so that's not what I was expecting for the first track. I was like, okay, we're going to come in. It's going to be like upbeat. It's going to be jamming to the beat kind of music. And that's not really what the impression of the entire album, honestly, was. When I listened to it all the way through, I was like, I kind of feel misled. Listening to it more, I kind of get it. Like, it's a vibe.
It is. I would say the first half of the album is slower and the second half of the album is like upbeat and more not like fun, but yes, like more
like poppy.
Yeah, more poppy. I feel like the first half, I don't know how to categorize any of these songs though, because it's just so different than what she's been doing. Now, obviously, Jack Antonoff, who typically has been producing her last couple albums, isn't producing this one.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little happy about. I'm so sorry, Jack Antonoff, but I cannot listen to more synth on synth on synth for the rest of my life with Taylor Swift. I'm getting bored of 80s synth. Like he did this and he did Sabrina's latest album. And like you can tell like his projects are just so obviously him because he adds a lot of random like twinkles and like things to it. And I'm just like, I'm tired of the 80s vibe. Like,
yeah. And I feel like that fits Sabrina a little bit more than it fits Taylor. Like,
yeah. At least especially the theme of this one.
Yeah.
Since it's like showbiz, it's like I do think that it makes more sense that they went this direction than the synth 80s vibes.
Okay, Elizabeth Taylor.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
I liked it. Not my favorite.
No.
Opalite.
Okay, so I saw an interview today that she was saying that this is Travis's favorite song. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
And I like this one. I think it's cute.
I know. It's
I like
sweet.
the message.
Yeah, I like the message too. Most of this album feels like a big old love letter to Travis.
Yes.
And I love that. Like, because it is like happy, like, I don't know, just like positivity. I like the vibe. Yeah. So that was a good one.
I think the last couple albums we got have been her like mostly depressed. Some of it has been love songs, but some of it has just been like, what am I to do? Where am I to go from here? And this does feel like on the other side of like, I'm just so in love and I, had to deal with all of this stuff and like I'm just happy and I kind of just don't care anymore, and it's just refreshing and I'm happy she's happy.
Okay, father figure.
I thought this one was so funny.
Hilarious. Like I chuckled. I literally screenshotted the lyrics and like sent it to some girlfriends because I was like, excuse me, Taylor Swift.
I was not expecting her to go there.
No, I was not.
And she obviously had to credit George Michael.
Okay.
So she credited George Michael because obviously she took the I will be your father figure line. I was hoping that there was going to be like a sample of the song actually in it.
Yeah.
And I know that's not her, but I would have died. However, again, I do think it was really funny in her being like, I'll get it done. Like, I'm gonna drink that dark liquor. I was like, this is so funny.
Honestly, I loved it. And it kind of felt like a little diss tracky. And it made me wonder if it wasn't like a little pointed at some of her relationships and being like, I'll take care of everything. Like, I'll hide your skeletons, but don't cross me.
Yeah.
Kind of vibes.
No, I agree. I think she's basically like, and I do think it's kind of funny. Like I'll be the man for sure in the relationship and you'll just like be there. And yes, like daddy will take care of everything for you. And it's fun.
It's funny. I liked it. Eldest daughter. I was honestly expecting a little bit more as an eldest daughter.
Yeah.
There's like so many like memes and stuff out there in the world right now about like being an eldest daughter and like what that means and like the responsibility and the need for perfection and like all that kind of stuff that you feel as an eldest daughter. And so I was kind of expecting her to go like that route. And I'm like, this is not at all what the song was about.
No, I didn't I didn't care for it. It wasn't like mad at it, but I kind of just was like, it feels like a placeholder in the album. Like I felt like it didn't feel like it fit, if that makes sense. Like the other ones, I feel like it makes sense in the context of the theme, but this one.
But it did make me wonder, because it seems like, I think this is also about Travis, because isn't he the youngest?
Yes.
Okay. So, because in the song, she's talking about like, I'm never going to leave you. Yeah. And then she talks about how like the eldest daughter is always the first one to slaughter. And then she said the youngest one always feels like they're like left out in the cold or something like that. And so I'll never leave you. And I was like, well, I think it is really still about them and how like I'll protect you and like we belong together kind of vibes.
No, I agree. I kind of was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Ruin the friendship. Maybe a little sad.
Yeah, I know. The beginning, I was like, oh, this is cute.
It's so sweet. Yeah, ruin the friendship. Funny. Kiss him.
And then the ending, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm now depressed.
Yeah.
I'm
not what
sad.
I was expecting.
No, very sad. No, that one hurt my soul, but I also think I liked it.
Still, it's a sweet message still. Like, go for it while you have the chance.
Yeah, because she was saying like she lost that chance, and it's clearly based on her real life because she mentions her friend.
Yes.
So that kind of made me like sad because I was like, that just, but I liked that message.
Yeah,
it's
a little love lost kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Actually romantic. Obsessed. I like it when she gets a little savage.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, you're so freaking obsessed with me and you think that you're hurting my feelings, but you're just showing me that you're not over me.
Yeah, you're obsessed with me.
Yes.
And like, in that her being like, I've never had a man like love me as much as like you do. Like you talk about me all the time.
It's so cute.
Thanks for mentioning me, dropping all this stuff. Like you're giving me free press. Like you're giving me, and it's even funnier because she was like, I didn't do anything to deserve this. Like I promise I stay out of everything. Like you guys are just so obsessed with me.
Yeah. And you're a tiny chihuahua in a purse.
Yes. No, I loved everything about that song. And I am curious to see if the speculation ends up being true about who it's about.
I want to know.
Cough, cough. Charlie XCX is who everyone's alleging it's about, which I've never actually seen her say anything about Taylor Swift, but like maybe I'm in the dark. Like maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to anything that Charlie XCX does, so maybe that's why. Sorry.
Other than her like Brat era, and like even then, like I only liked a couple songs from that album. It just like wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, same.
So we'll see. But like if you think you might know who it is,
tell us.
Just be a little messy and drop a comment.
Please. Okay. Wish list. So freaking sweet. Like,
so sweet.
Oh my gosh. My heart. She just wants a little house and a bunch of little Travies and a basketball hoop in the driveway. And yes, please.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
I thought it was really sweet how she's like, I want a slow life basically with you. I don't like, the media will finally listen. They'll stop talking to us. They'll stop talking, about everything. And we'll just like be together and be happy with our family and our home.
Yes. And they'll leave us alone.
Yeah. I was just like, and it made me a little sad too, though, because I was like, the fact that she's basically like, this is really what I want. And it's never like fully going to happen. Yeah. But like, that's what I wish for us. And
yeah. So sweet. Wood.
Hilarious.
Love.
I thought that one was so catchy and fun.
Yeah. And a little cheeky.
Yeah, it was like several of these songs are a little naughty. This one reminds me, and I didn't know she got any inspo of Miss Ma'am Sabrina Carpenter because, they're besties. They went on tour together. And I was like, I feel like she's leaning into it a little bit. But that's who it originally reminded me of. I was like, this feels like so Sabrina Carpenter-esque, obviously in Taylor Swift's style, but very...
And not quite as... I don't know, literal as Sabrina gets sometimes.
Not fully.
Yeah, not full raunch, just like a little.
But just like a little, a little taste of.
A little to make you go, ooh.
You're like, ooh.
But wasn't expecting that.
No, to be fair, there was multiple times like father figure this, or I was like, Taylor, did Taylor Allison Swift just say that? Like,
I know.
I'm confused.
Love it. Okay. Canceled.
Love.
And I think this one's funny too, because it's just about like, what happens when you get canceled? Like you find out who your true friends are.
Yeah, and it also made me laugh because I was like, is that what we need to do to become friends with Taylor? Like she's saying, like, just get canceled.
Just get canceled.
Like, okay, like we'll come up with her demise tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like
what should we get canceled for?
I don't know. It's something kind of cool. Something kind of fun. I don't know.
What's fun to get canceled for?
There's really nothing.
I don't think so. I'm kind of scared. I'm too scared to get canceled. I'm sorry.
Sames, but I love that.
Okay, honey.
Also, so I loved this one.
Very sweet.
So sweet. And just like also funny as well.
Yeah.
Being like, I've only got called honey for the worst things, but here you are like making me like it. And yeah, just it's good.
And then the life of the show girl.
I loved this one.
Did you?
I did. And the reason being is I thought both Sabrina's and her voice actually meshes very well together. Like especially on the chorus. Like I was kind of shocked that it was going, I thought it's not, their voices won't it won't work together. Yeah. But I was very surprised that they did.
Yeah. Meh. I'm like a take it or leave it. Like the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, hell no. I don't like this. Like, why did you name the whole album this? But the second time I listened to it, I liked it a little bit better, but I'm still just, maybe it'll grow on me. But right now I'm not loving it.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. There was like the middle part I got a little confused where they're like more talking, and that part I didn't love, but the beginning, the end, and I thought it was very cute how they were like, it was like the end of a tour or end of a show, and her being like, and thank you to the band and to the dancers and to Sabrina Carpenter.
That was like, cute that she used that.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, that is so cute because that is her life, and so I thought it was pretty poignant.
Moving on to other media we've consumed this week. Did you watch Dancing with the Stars?
I'm not going to lie to you. I
am so disappointed in you. It's like you had one job.
Okay, well, I watched a lot of clips again. I watched individual dances. I didn't watch the full thing through. Okay. So I know.
I actually sat down and I watched it. I did my homework because I'm the eldest daughter.
Well, I'm on my health grind now where I'm going to bed early and reading instead of watching shows. I haven't watched a single show this week. I have a 9:30 p.m. bedtime.
So do I, and I still managed to consume my content.
Can't say. I have been doing that. I'm reading. Be proud of me. I'm reading. Okay. Like I'm not.
At least you're not scrolling TikTok,
Well, like I still am, but I'm trying to do it less. This is how I was able to watch the clips from the Dancing with the Stars. Right. Was to be fair, I did like look them up partially on Dancing. Like I was looking them up because
it should be easy to find them because it was TikTok night.
Yes.
They probably said the word TikTok 100 freaking times.
Yeah.
And I know it was TikTok night, but like how much money did TikTok pay them? Like I need to know because this was clearly sponsored. They had the logo. They name dropped it constantly. They showed the episode.
The platform on the screen.
Yeah. I was a little confused.
I'm not sure, but I did see from a lot of like commenters that people were not happy with the theme because they kind of just were like, what's happening? And I kind of agree. Like it just feels sad. Like out of all the different themes they can choose from, I was kind of like, I understand it's like relevant. And yes, there's several, celeb like stars, like influencers that are currently from TikTok.
Season. Yeah.
But I don't know. It felt like a little like cheesy. It kind of felt like when your older parent is like trying to be cool. And so they're like, let's do a TikTok theme. Like I 100% feel like that's kind of how it came about. Was like one of the writers who's like in their 50s was like, let's be cool for the cool kids and do TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a little bit strange how much spam we got from TikTok. I'm like, well, also must have made some money off of this.
Well, yeah, because they also now have a TikTok channel and they keep plugging it every single night. I'm like, we get it. We can watch it on TikTok. Like, I don't need to see that again.
Okay, but the actual dances, why don't we just talk through like the top scores?
Obviously, Whitney was fantastic.
Always.
I thought they underscored her, if I'm being honest.
100%. I'm like, why do you keep giving her? Didn't she get 1.7? Did she get 1.7 and 2.8?
For me, she should have been
nines.
She's
getting nines.
Yeah, I know it's early on, but to keep hearing the excuse of like it's early on in the season, like She is outperforming every single person. And that dance was like nearly flawless. Like I think she deserved at least 1-9.
For sure.
I don't think it was that out of the ballpark. Like, and her facial expressions.
She's just such a performer.
It's perfect.
Yeah. She looks like a pro.
No,
so
she does.
Give her 9s and 10s. Like, I don't care if there's still however many weeks left. Like, if she deserves a 9, give it to her.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, her footsteps overall really good. Her movement, her facial expressions, everything. Like, I don't know. Her and Mark just make such a good pair. And his choreography for her is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun. And she just leans into it. And yeah,
they were a perfect match.
Perfect match. Yeah, no, whoever did that, they knew.
Mm-hmm.
They knew. Mark, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. He came back really to be set up with like the front runner.
Well, there is like some speculation that because he is like one of the elder statesmen there, and he has such like a good track record of winning, that he kind of gets his pick of like who gets to be his partner. So,
it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
It would not shock me. I think him and obviously Derek before he got, I think both of them got a lot of like who they want.
Mm-hmm.
I think even Val sometimes gets who he wants. Like I definitely think Mark's been there forever. He only came out just to like win again. So let's be honest.
Yeah. All right. Robert.
Jaw dropping. Yeah. Everybody knew. Was he a little stiffer this time?
Yeah.
Yes.
It did look just like slightly awkward.
But I think it was because they were trying to have him like they like had his shirt off and he was doing all this stuff. And I think that's out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. I didn't love the shirt rip off moment. I was like, okay.
I don't know. All the young girls
I'm
were
sure they did.
out.
Maybe it's just because he's like 21 and I'm 40 and I'm like, ew, put that back on. You're a child.
You're like, cover it up.
I'm officially that old lady.
Yeah.
Put some more clothes on.
I don't know. Some of the older ladies I saw online were loving it too.
Wow.
I love my Robert Irwin. I just think it was like a little outside of his comfort zone, that part. So I think that's maybe why he wasn't like into it as much.
Yeah.
But that being said, I thought he did a very great job.
Mm-hmm.
And he's continuing to impress me. So I will take it. I just think he was sorely underestimated coming in, and now he's like one of America's favorites.
Oh, for sure. So. Top 2. Who else was in the?
Jordan.
Oh my gosh. Jordan, girlfriend, the way she has improved over the past 3 weeks is absolutely insane. Like the first week when I watched her, I was kind of like, I don't know if she'll make it very far. Like, I don't think this is really her thing, but she's obviously like such a competitor. I think she's like here to play the game. Like, I am going to improve. I am going to get better. Like, I am one to watch. Loved it.
I think it makes sense. I mean, she's literally like an Olympian. Yeah. She's like a pro athlete. So she's like, I will win one way or another, or like I will do better. And it's true, because the first like week, even second week, I was like, she's just so stiff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I need you to like, and to be fair, gymnasts are like taught stiff, tight together. So I can see why that's obviously not natural for her. Mm-hmm. But I will say this last one, she did impress me by a lot. And I just think I like her as a person. Mm-hmm. She's fun. I don't know. So I like her, and I thought the choreography was good, and
it was really good. And the way she got so emotional was super sweet. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell that the dance and the message and everything like really meant something to her, and I think that also really translated. So
yeah, no, I'm very happy for her, and I hope she continues to improve. I want to make it close. Like I would love to see at the end, like this isn't, because sometimes in years past, like, yes, you'll see the top 2 are good and then everyone else kind of just like is there. Mm-hmm. I think we actually this year have quite a few people who are like, yes, they're not going to make it far, but I would say like the middle of the pack, they're all
pretty tight.
It's pretty close. Yeah. I think it's really going to come down to fan voting.
Yeah, because like Alex is there, Danielle Fishel is doing well. Like, yeah, there's a lot of competition there.
Yeah, and I mean, it is fun to see people that are like all really actually pretty good at dancing. Mm-hmm. They might not be the best, but they're all really pretty good. And obviously they're only going to get better because they're doing training like 4 hours every single day. Yeah. You have to get better at some point. So good on them.
Yeah. And then the elimination.
Yes.
Lauren, how do you say her last name?
I don't even know. She was it's funny because everyone like going into this was like, I don't know who she is. And I'm like, she's from Fifth Harmony.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just like a me, like my generation thing.
Yeah. I mean, I loved Fifth Harmony.
Yeah. Like it was I was probably like in middle school. I don't know, when she was like, they were really popular. So I was like, Fifth Harmony, hello. I don't know. It is sad that she got dropped before Andy, but I'm not gonna lie, like her dance wasn't memorable.
It wasn't. And I mean, I feel a little bad for her because I just feel like it was a little embarrassing to dance to your own song, to have like your bandmates there to watch you and get eliminated. Like that had to really sting. Like she literally said, I'm pissed when they asked her how she felt about being eliminated. So just like a really sucky way to go home. But I mean, I think she was the right person to go home. Yeah. It just was like uncomfy a little bit to watch.
So awkward. Like, everybody like felt the tension in the room. Yeah. But I also kind of was like, why? I understand why she was like embarrassed and she was upset. But I also kind of was like, why are you making Andy now feel awful? Yeah. It was not his choice. He had no say in the matter. Like the votes fell. You know, chips fall where they may. Mm-hmm. And now everyone has to reap the consequences of it. And I'm like, and your dance wasn't
up to par.
It wasn't up to par. And so like, it is what it is. But like her saying like, I'm pissed. I'm like, time or place, babe. Time or place. Like, I just kind of was like, why make everyone uncomfortable just because you're upset? Yeah. So I didn't love that either.
No, I didn't either. I mean, be like a gracious loser.
Yeah, and just be like, yeah, I'm sad. You can even say like, oh, I'm
so disappointed.
So sad like to go home, and I'm sad like this is over because I was really enjoying myself. Like you can say that, but because everyone expects that, but not the whole like, I'm pissed, I should have stayed. Like it's like weird way to go out.
It was a little weird. I mean, I have been like just consuming so much content now that I'm like looking at all the notes that I wrote down. Books. We had our book club for Far and Away last week. Let's just give like some final thoughts on the book, just in case anyone else read it, because we shared what we were reading.
Yeah. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. If you are looking for something that's going to completely change your life, I wouldn't say this is that book. It's not something that you're going to like read it and be like, this was the best book of my life. I like have found meaning in my life and all this different stuff. It's not this book. It's a fun, lighthearted book. I laughed a lot. It's cheesy, I thought, in a very good way. Yeah. And it does focus on like families.
Yes. And it's not like a love story. It's not smut.
No.
It's more like family, about like 2 different families and like things that they're going through.
Yeah. And I liked it. It is a little confusing at the beginning, in my opinion, but I do think it wraps up nicely by the end. And so for that reason, I gave it a 4 out of 5. And also just because I was kind of giggling throughout, like randomly. And I just like, I like a book that sometimes is pointless and meaningless, but makes me feel joy. And that's what this book did for me. So, so be it.
Yeah. I gave it 3.5 stars. I just found it. I think the first almost half of the book, I was just kind of like struggling to really get into it. And I did like it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was light. It was fun, but it was kind of like one of those take it or leave it kind of books for me. However, over the weekend, I have not done this in such a long time. I read an entire book.
Oh, wow.
In like a day. I read The Inmate by Freida McFadden. This one, I think almost all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited, but this was definitely on Kindle Unlimited, which is why I chose it. And I wanted something like a little spooky for the changing of the seasons. And there is like a murder mystery. And I really liked it. Like I got into it. It was a quick, easy read. So if you're into stuff like that, I recommend.
No, I do love that. I started the book If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia, and its namesake is after, I'm pretty sure, the Sheryl Crow song If It Makes You Happy. I don't know if I'm spoiling anything there because I haven't finished reading it, so I have no clue, but it is fall themed. It's very like small town. Like if it was like a Hallmark movie for the fall, that's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this.
Okay.
But a little more personable. And the reason I say that, it's not completely cheesy like a Hallmark movie, but I'm very much liking it thus far. And it's just like giving me the fall vibes. It's a romance. I'm loving it.
All right. I may have to add that to my list. Also, I started watching The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox on Hulu. I made it through, I think the first 2 episodes, maybe, or like 1.5 episodes. But I am very into Amanda Knox. I have listened to, she did a podcast series with Crime Junkie, like their network. It was called 3, and she was the host of it. And it's about a wrongful conviction case. And so that was like super interesting. And that was like kind of the first time I like refound her, I guess, after all these years. Obviously, like I lived through her conviction and all that stuff when I was growing up. It was just crazy. But I hadn't really been paying attention to her since then. But she came out with this podcast with Crime Junkie. Loved that. So I like binged that within a couple of days. This was like months ago. And then I saw the Hulu show come up. And so turned that on, and it's Grace Van Patten from Tell Me Lies plays Amanda Knox. So it is like dramatized. It's not a documentary, but it is like based on the true story. And Amanda Knox was an executive producer. She was part of like every single process of making this series. And you should watch it. Like if you don't know Amanda's story or just like curious about learning more, like really enjoying the TV show. And also I want to check out her other podcast. She has one that she just launched by herself called Hard Knocks, spelled like Knox, like her last name. And it's all about wrongful convictions as well. Because I just find that like so fascinating how people can make these like false confessions and how they get targeted by prosecutors. And anyway.
No, I do think I've heard really good things about the show.
Yeah.
I've not watched it, but I've heard great things. And I do think that's why so many people are infatuated with the Amanda Knox case, was because it was obviously people grew up with it, like you were saying. And also because it has just come back in prevalence because she's been very open and honest, especially lately, about like, you know, the process and her story. And it is insane anytime I hear about like wrongful convictions. And it reminds me of the yogurt shop murders case that was in Austin, Texas, that they've actually found a potential, like the actual person who actually killed those girls. And it was crazy because there were some guys that went away for those murders, and they were obviously later exonerated. But it is sad when you like hear of anyone that goes away and loses large chunks of their life, or in fact their life in prison, just because there wasn't enough evidence or weird shady dealings with the police, things like that. So I'm always interested in, you know, learning more of those stories, because it also is great just awareness for people.
It is, yeah.
Of like what not to do if you were ever put in a bad situation like that. And Amanda Knox obviously was just tried in really like the public, not actually in
for sure. Yeah, they were like, oh, she's acting weird, she's kissing her boyfriend, so she must be guilty, like she's uncaring. And it's like, no.
Well, also her personality is a little grating. She's not like a friendly, like la person. And there's a lot of people who have said like, you don't have to like her. Like she's not necessarily like one of those people that everyone's going to just like love, want to listen to, whatever. That doesn't mean she is in fact a murderer.
Yeah.
Like two things can be true at one time. Like just because someone isn't like peppy and like super nice and friendly all the time, again, does not mean that they're a bad person or willing to hurt people. Like we can't put
those don't equate. And I will tell you that she is one of the most well-spoken, well-informed, just like intelligent women that I have ever listened to. So you've got to go check out her podcast. She was on Not Skinny But Not Fat, and I listened to an interview there where she talked about the series and like how involved she was and anything. She's really smart, really intelligent, and I'm just like fascinated by her and like her now devotion to like helping other people who went through similar situations and stuff like that. It's just very inspiring.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we're always a big fan of crime cases, and I love doing it for good, but I don't like listen to crime podcasts or TV shows or things that are potentially hurting the family.
Right.
I think there is something to be said about listening to crime podcasts or watching TV shows or things like that where either the family's given like consent, wants to talk about it, or they're actually looking for like tips or things like that, and it's not treated as like a gossip situation
or just like entertainment, because in a lot of ways consuming crime content has just become another form of entertainment, which I think can become a little dangerous.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a line. It can become hurtful, and obviously these were victims of like crimes, and so we have to kind of remember that yeah, it's not like a storybook character, these are real people.
Yeah.
So I do love that she does that. And speaking of the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, in a more positive note, well, maybe not positive, but funny note, we were talking about our new love for Love Thy Nader, the podcast. I didn't know if you saw how Grace Ann went on and was talking about how Brooks Nader blocked her.
Yes, I listened to that episode as well. Yep. So, because I was like, Nader sisters. Actually, that's how I found the Amanda Knox one, because I saw them come up on her podcast and I was like, well, yes, I'm going to listen to the Nader sisters, because literally anything they put out, like, I'm consuming it. I love them. Yeah. And then I saw that she had done an interview with Amanda Knox like a couple days before or after. And I was like, yes, I will listen to that too. So funny. Let me tell you, at first, it's so chaotic because they're like all talking over each other, but I'm like, this is sisterhood. Yeah. But oh my gosh, it was so good. Like, if you haven't listened to it and you love the Nader sisters as much as we do, like, go back and listen to that too.
Yeah, they always make me laugh. They're just like overall very funny, and just, again, like we talked about, just so transparent. But was cracked me up is the fact that they literally said Brooks blocked Grace Ann. Because if you didn't know, Grace Ann made a couple comments publicly about Brooks' relationship with Carlos Alcaraz, the tennis star.
Guy,
yeah. So, and obviously, like, they were talking about her potentially dating two of them, which she also has like basically publicly confirmed on her late night show with
Andy Cohen.
But yes, that whole thing convo had me geeking, and it made me laughing more because they live together. I was like, how does that work? You block your sister, but you live together.
Yeah.
Not sure, but okay. Also, it just made it funny because I was like, how petty, just being like, block, not talking to you.
And then like the only reason they started talking, I think, was because of that Andy Cohen interview. Their publicist was like, Grace Ann, we need you to go to this interview and sit in the audience and be mic'd. And she was like, okay. And like, that's how they started talking again, because they were just like not speaking to each other for a while.
It doesn't shock me based on the dynamic from the show.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine just like living with someone who's literally your sibling and just being like, I get like a day, right? Maybe two, but like for a while. They don't even specify for how long. I don't think.
They didn't give us.
But they basically were saying it was like a second. So you can imagine how long, but
so funny.
They're
so messy, and I love it that they're just like so honest about it. Like, they don't care.
No, they don't. They're very much themselves. And for that, I give them a lot of credit, because especially in Hollywood with all eyes on you, it's really hard to be authentic. Yeah. And they are. So no, but also in other news, I saw this TikTok the other day, and to be fair, my first instinct was to be offended, and then my second instinct was to be like, yeah, like low key, they're kind of right, but also like, how dare they?
Okay.
There's a podcast. It was like these two millennial men talking about how Gen Z in general dresses like old women, and how they look like just like old women, like they have no fun, and they want to be like
grannies,
like almost like Nancy Meyer movie vibes.
I do kind of feel like maybe there was like a little bit of a period. I mean, the coastal grandma thing was very much in, like the Nancy Meyer's aesthetic was in.
Yeah. No, they literally straight up called out those like linen pants and some of that stuff as examples.
Those
and
aren't like granny though.
they're classic. So that's kind of where my first reaction was like, how dare you come for my linen pants?
I love linen pants.
I don't even own any, but I love them on other people. It's like, it's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
practical.
It's practical. So sorry, they're not like juicy couture pink sweatpants.
Like, do you want them all to be wearing booty shorts? Like,
no, I'm just confused. No, they basically said that we're just like no fun and that we like dress like old people. And I do agree somewhat because Gen Z culture overall, like they're not going to the clubs.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to the bars as much as like other generations have. So I get we're seen as like boring and stiff and whatever. But I'm also like, if this is what people want to wear, like more conservative, modest clothing, like, is that really the biggest problem right now?
No, it's not. I mean, I do kind of get a little bit of like the wet blanket argument. I'm just saying, millennials and Gen Xers like really took partying to like a whole new level, and like partying in the drinking sense. Like there's always been, different things for different generations, but like Gen X and millennials like really went hard for drinking, like we were doing the most every night, like going back to back nights and stuff like that. And we're like in the clubs, we were dancing. We didn't care, who caught us because we didn't have iPhones, people taking videos of us. And like, we were a little bit more free, and your generation is not into that, which sometimes, I mean, it feels,
boring.
How do
lazy.
I say this? No, it's not boring, lazy, but it just kind of like, you're missing out on like being a 22-year-old and being crazy. But at the same time, I like really, really respect the fact that like you don't want to go do that. Like I see kind of like both sides, and I totally respect your decision. But part of me is like, girl, get out there and shake your butt with like a couple randos and drink too many tequilas, just do it for the plot.
No, I think I agree in some ways. I do think younger generation doesn't always know how to have fun anymore. It's always, where they're like, it's that damn phone. It really is that damn phone, I fear. Everyone is stuck like on social media and like, and wants to be like a recluse now. And it doesn't mean you have to like go out to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go bowling, go anywhere, just like be in public with people.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot less of that. But I also think it's been like a push of like wellness. Like in the last so many years, I swear it's like it's all about wellness. Like the food we consume. And then even now it's like all these alternatives to alcohol now. There's like all these different like mocktails or different concoctions that you can drink. So I think that's also like
part of it. Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah. I totally respect that part. Like 100%. What we did was highly unhealthy. And it's like a miracle that we survived and like look as good as we do. Cause I don't think anyone can say that millennials aren't just like aging like fine wine.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I think it's the alcohol like preserving our organs or something. But
Probably. It was killing all that bad bacteria.
That's what I'll tell myself, because it was really like killing me.
Yeah.
But we made it through the other side. No, I appreciate the focus on wellness. I think that's like so smart and so mature. But yeah, I do think, you kind of miss a little bit of the fun part of youth.
I do think both can be true. I do feel like sometimes I'm like 25 going on like 45.
Yeah. When you're crocheting and like turning off the lights at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, I love that because that's like me, but I'm also 40,
Okay, but I've always been told I have an old soul.
Yeah.
So like maybe this is just like my soul. But like, yes, no, I mean, I have fun going to the bars. I also have fun being at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, if anyone's down, I'm down. I'm not like I have FOMO. So I will do what my group of friends wants to do. But it's just like right now, like no one's into that right now. But like catch me on Halloween, I will be out and about.
Doing the most.
I will be in the streets of Richmond. And that's how I think I'm meant to live. But yeah, no, I was a little offended because I was like, okay, don't rope me in with these like little 21-year-olds who are wearing like trousers, like college classes. Like I go to work, okay? I do the things. Like if I'm wearing trousers, it's because a girl has to wear trousers.
From home?
No, but like when I go to work things, yeah. No, it's just like, what are people saying? I don't know, but I just was like,
but what is wrong with trousers? Like, I love a little trouser.
no, I know. I just felt like it screamed a little like hateful. I was like, you guys just like hate.
And like we were literally wearing pencil skirts to the club
And blazers.
And blazers. So yeah.
No, I know. I thought the logic wasn't really like logicking. I kind of was like, business casual has like kind of been a constant throughout time. And it's because, you know why? Young 20-year-olds don't want to have to purchase 5,000 things to like, think about it. Like, you want to be able to rewear what you own.
Right.
You don't have a ton of money. That's 100% why the girlies were wearing little pencil skirts and blazers to the club, were because they were like, this is cute for work and for going out. They're like, it's a 2-in-1 and it's in a fun pink color. Like, it adds a little personality, and I'll just wear my chunky necklace with it to really like pair it all together. And so I'm like, if we're gonna be haters, let's look at the last several generations. But I'm like, come on, don't come for my little baby Gen Zs who are just in college making it work.
When does like Gen Z end? Like, what age does Gen Alpha start? Like, do you know? Like, what's the cutoff?
I think Gen Alpha was 2010 and after.
Okay.
I don't know when Gen Alpha ends, but I know it like started. I think they were saying Generation Beta is already a thing too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure that's 2010. So I guess up until 2010.
Okay. That seems like such a big
time.
A big range.
Yeah. So, because that would mean it was like 1997 to like 2010. It's like 20.
Okay. They're saying Alpha is 2010 to 2025.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now Generation Beta will be starting.
And they're saying Beta is 2025 to 2039.
Oh, wow. So, okay.
So I have 2 alphas.
Yeah. Everyone else is just going to be a beta.
Yeah. So your kids will be betas. And they're saying Z is 97 to 2012.
Yeah. So there's quite a few Gen Zers. And like, I will say, like, I am an older Gen Zer, so I can't fully even relate to some of these like younger Gen Zs. Like, I can't. I'm not going to even claim that I do, because they'll be like, they're 15.
Yeah. See, that's what seems strange.
Like, that's a 10-year age difference between me and like the 15-year-olds. Like, obviously I don't know what like being 15 feels like right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to claim I know.
They're not wearing trousers.
Trust me. No, they would look at us and be like, you're an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
They would think my crocheting's lame. Okay.
They would call you a boomer.
They would call me a boomer.
Okay, boomer.
I'm pretty sure they would actually say I'm a millennial. They'd be like, okay, millennial. That's the new
that's a
diss.
New boomer.
That's the new diss.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know.
Cut meat eat. I don't really care.
I don't truly care about any of it, if I'm being honest. It's just that one pissed me off, because I was like, let me wear my freaking trousers that I don't even own in peace. Like, let me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And if I want to look like a grandma, that's my prerogative. And to be fair, it wasn't like they were wearing something that wasn't like anti-grandma.
Oh, I'm sure they were wearing like cargo shorts and a graphic t-shirt. Lame.
I don't even remember what they were wearing, but I was like,
let's just remember that men used to go to war, and now they criticize what women wear. And isn't that embarrassing?
It's so true. And also, like, people keep talking about like why the club's dying. They keep pointing it back to men. I'm just letting you know, because there's no ladies' nights anymore. Men take up all the tables. They stand on all this. They take all the chairs and stand on the elevated surfaces and stand there and just stare. You know what women used to? They would dance. They would bring in the men.
For sure.
Now it's like all men and
just like watching.
Like watching.
That's
they don't
disgusting.
dance. They don't do anything.
You guys are gross.
Yeah, let me live. So when the bars and clubs are dying, it's not because of women. All right. And let the women wear their trousers to the club if they want to.
Yes, they can wear whatever they want.
Yeah, they're women. We can do what we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
And with that, I feel like that's a great place to end.
Yes.
We're women and we do what we want.
Yeah. I think Taylor Swift would agree.
I think she would too.
We'll be the father figures.
Yeah, we'll be your daddy. Come back next week. And catch us for another episode next Wednesday. In the meantime, you can check us out on social.
Yeah. Make sure to follow us at Situationship on TikTok and on Instagram, or you can follow our personals. Mine is at Morgan Ashley Shoffin.
And I'm at Lauren M. Dix. Bye.